Okay, so now let's actually run everything end to end. So from the moment where we pass in our audio, just our raw audio file alongside our title and type, all the way down to where we're going to route by episode types and check the quality of the transcript that we get. And then we have this human in the loop, and our do while loop as well. So we have this like revision with the producer for our episodes, and all the way down to actually saving our like well written transcription to our database. So I'm just going to click on execute. And we go back into our executions workflow. So here again, we have saved variables, get audio file. So this is our first HTTP task. So we go back into verifying that our audio is actually in the cloud and accessible. So we're going to route down this path here to continue, route by episode type, and we're going down in our solo path, waiting 30 seconds, and then we're going down to the poll transcription status for our solo episode. And you can see here that it's actually needed longer than 30 seconds. Okay, so now we have our first transcription stored, duration 528 seconds. So we hit again our route by quality. So we say like, our standards are very high for this transcription. So we're going to go down this slow path because we want to hit that do while loop here. So I'll go to human task, and we can see our human task is assigned. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to claim this. And again, we can see that it is written, it was transcribed to the assembly AI. Okay, so Orkes misspelled. Let's go here and say, nope, not good. And I'm going to reject this, complete. And then we're going to retranscribe that with our second transcription service, which is DeepGram. So let me go back to workflow in executions. We can see our workflow is still running. So let's click on the workflow. All right, so we can see, okay, so let's go down all the way here. Okay, so we hit that retranscribe with DeepGram. So if I go to output, we can see that we have our new transcription, and we're saving that back to our set variable, and we're passing that back to the producer. So we're like, hey producer, you were not happy with the first one, here is the second one. So let's go back to human task. Now you can see here DeepGram, let's claim that task. Okay, DeepGram, Orkes Conductor. Let's go down. Looks good to me. 2 smiley faces. Approve. Complete. Okay, so let's go back to our workflow and click on our workflow execution. Let's go back. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so now we have we exited our do while loop. We now hit our format episode duration. So let's see here what's going on. Input. Okay, so duration in seconds, 528. We already knew that. Output, 8 minutes. Okay, format for database storage. So input, we have our audio URL, our seconds, our transcript. As you can see here, we're talking about Orkes Conductor. So this is our second transcript. Let's scroll all the way to the bottom. Minutes, 8 minutes. Okay. Title, what is Orkes Conductor, and type solo. The output, so this is the result. This is the new object that we're passing to our database. So we have our episode type, duration in seconds, transcription. And again, this is our second transcription with the correct naming of the company. So if I scroll to the bottom, duration minutes, 8 minutes, audio and title. So, and then we can click on this upload the data to database. Okay, so we can see our input. So this is what we passed in to our database. And we can see our integration name, Supabase connection. Okay, we can see our statement, expected update count. So we expected our database to be updated by 1 row. And we can see here output, update count 1. And so what I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to show you our database. Okay, so here is our Superbase database, and I'm going to go on tables, podcast episode transcript. We can see how here row 1, and if let me click in view in table editor, and we can see what is Orkes, episode type solo, audio URL, transcript, hey everyone. Okay, so we can see here is our entire transcription. All right, so let's see Orkes Conductor spelled correctly. So all of this is already in the database, and all we had to do is provide a raw audio file, and now we have our transcription and everything surrounding that as well. Duration in minutes, 8 minutes, duration in seconds, and here is created at and when it was created. Okay, so let's go back to our workflow, and we can actually wrap this up. Thanks for sticking with us through both of these courses. And now you can actually go and build something. But before you go, let me tell you what's coming in course 3, because this is where things get really, really fun. So right now, the workflow does a lot. It transcribes, it does quality check, it gets human approval, and writes everything to a database. And that's really solid. But the episode still isn't published anywhere. A producer still has to sit down, write the show notes, come up with the descriptions for Spotify and Apple Podcasts. They have to draft the social media posts and manually update the RSS feed so that the episode actually shows up on the platforms. And that's a lot of manual work that happens after the workflow ends. So in course 3, we're automating all of that. We're going to add AI directly into the workflow to generate the marketing content, the show notes, platform descriptions, social media posts, all produced automatically from the transcript without anyone having to write a word. You'll see how to call an AI model as just another task in your workflow, pass in the transcript, and get back a ready-to-use content. And of course, if you don't trust AI to fully do your content, you can always go back and add another human in the loop to just go over the content, and you can reiterate and stuff like that. And then we're going to push the episode all the way to an RSS feed stored in Superbase as well. That RSS feed is what Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every other podcasting platform uses to discover and publish new episodes. So they tend to check that RSS feed periodically, and whenever it's updated, with new information, it adds that to it republishes it publishes a new episode. So you don't need to do any manual uploading, no copy pasting into a publishing tool or anything like that. So by the end of course 3, you'll have a workflow where you can drop in your audio file, and the other end kind of spits out the published podcast episode with marketing content ready to go for you. So fully automated start to finish, and I'll see you there. Also, as a bonus, we are going to start our workflow from a UI so that you don't have to actually start it from the execute button, and it'll just make it feel more real as well. So see you there.